Welcome everyone. Today's video is the infamous baseball hat boxes, the gift boxes. So this video obviously is not about shopping, but it is about crafting with my new Cricut. So I bought the SVG on the internet. I will link it down below. It was like $3-4. It was totally worth those few dollars and saved me a headache of trying to resize and recreate something from scratch by using the free templates, or not from scratch, but reusing the free templates and sizing it. This was just so worth it. Plus it had the score lines there, so all I had to do was bend it. So those are little cuts that you see right there that I'm bending. I think you can use a scoring tool to do that as well. I do have another video that shows you kind of an easier way to do this after doing this, or in the middle of doing this. You can kind of see how I start stacking them up, bending them all together at once. Quick and easy. It wasn't as painful as everybody else made it out to be. But you can definitely check out that video. It's not quite as good as this one, but it does show you kind of like my shortcut steps. Cardstock, $5 a pack. Got that from Walmart. I'll link that down below as well. And pretty much I'm using this quick tacky glue, quick drying tacky glue. I'll link that down below. I did have a little video of it, but I also had this other glue, which I was going to use, a spray glue, and then it wouldn't come out. So I had to just crop that out completely so you didn't get confused. So I'm just attaching the base. We're going to do 3 layers, and that makes it sturdy and thick. And then I'm just getting anything that wasn't quite glued down. And I'm just gluing, pretty much just putting it all together, gluing it. You will see me pull the cardstock back out and use that kind of like as a weight to put it on top there and make sure it's sturdy while it's kind of drying. But it was a really quick drying glue, so I am glad that I ended up having that at home already. So now I'm just putting that to the side, putting that on there as weight, putting it to the side while I work on the next section. And so this is the hat top part. Pretty much you put glue on every little spot and you start sticking them together. This is the part that pretty much just sucks. Like it's the curve. It's trying to get the curve, and you'll see here it's not hard, it's just annoying. So you kind of gotta like hold it in place, let that kind of dry a little bit, and then work your way up. So it's pretty much what you do. Apply pressure, work your way up. You have these little gaps, try to fix those gaps. They'll kind of fall, slip. And I do have an easier method of doing that, which is in my other video, and it's like a million times easier, but there still is a little bit of this fighting with it, especially once you're putting the sections together. But I was doing it by 2 sections together at once instead of trying to do the whole thing at once. 2, 2, 2, and then putting it all together, which was a little challenging, but at some point you're going to get to that challenge anyways, and there's no way to avoid it. So that was just a lot easier for me, and I can do one of these boxes very quickly now. I have done a total of 3, and I will show you a picture at the very end of the video of the 3 that I did, which is pretty much the thumbnail for my other video that shows you the easy way to do this quicker. So yeah, most of this video is like gluing. You're just gonna watch me glue. And so I sped it up 4 times faster just because it's a lot of gluing. So you see here I have 2 sections of 2 done. To put them off to the side to kind of dry just for the integrity of it. This was my very first one ever trying. Didn't really read any instructions or anything. Kind of watched a couple of videos of people kind of freaking out saying it was too hard for them. But nothing really like in depth. So yeah, I'm pretty much still trying to kind of figure it out on my own because I didn't really like do tons and tons of research. So I have each section of 2 done. I put those to the side just to kind of dry some more. And I'm gonna go ahead and start on the box part of the hat and put those together. You'll see I fold it over, that way I could line it up, because with those curves, when you try to do it flat, it does not line up great. So if you do this, fold those tabs over, put them together, flatten them down, it's a million times easier and so much quicker. And pretty much you do those with the hat tops too. And that's like my easy method. I haven't seen anybody else do that. I've seen other people's easy methods, but I don't know why nobody has mentioned this. But yeah, a million times easier. And you're going to see me put those underneath the cardstock too, to put some weight on there and let those dry a little bit before I put them all together. So while those are drying, I'm going back to the top of the hat. Now this is just something I did for my very first one. I didn't do this for my next ones because I was more in a hurry, so I didn't like let them completely dry. I just put everything together all in one swoop, and it was even faster. So it's just up to you, like how sturdy or strong do you want it, and how much do you want to fight with it. But I'm gonna put these three sections of 2s together to form the whole top of the hat. And then this is where it got a little bit more challenging. It wasn't quite as easy as just folding them over together. But you can in the beginning. It's just once they start getting tight and they don't want to fold over because they're stuck to each other. But you know, you'll get the hang of it. You start on one end, hold it for a little bit, let it kind of just dry, and then you'll start working your way up. And you pretty much just repeat that and repeat it and repeat it. The final one is a little more challenging because everything's kind of like just stuck in there together, and it kind of just want to flip around. But you know, it's just patience, pretty much. It's really not that difficult. It's just all about patience, and then holding it together while it tries to slip out of place, because it is paper and it's just glue. So you do just, again, hold it until it kind of dries. And now you can really see it like coming together and really looking like a hat. So it's just kind of that last little bit of holding to make sure it doesn't slip out of place. And again, I have that fast drying glue, so I think that helped significantly. And then I'm going to put the little top part on there. I saw different ways of doing this. Some people even started with the base of the hat by using this top part first. It's just doing that, I wouldn't be able to do my fast method, and I do think that my method would be a lot faster than their method starting that way. So even though I saw that method well after I made this first one, it's still not something I'd probably do. Now I'll get back to the stickers later, but I'm going to put together the box portion. So I took those out from under the cardstock, and I'm going to apply the last sections together to form that box. And once it's together, you fold over the bottoms, add the glue, and then just line it up with your bottom 3-part layered hat bottom that's sturdy, and you'll just line that up as best as you can and just adjust it to make sure it's just right on the edge. And just continue to apply that weight and push down that glue and get it down there. And pretty much we're going to just put more glue in there and put the base part in there to cover up all that right there. So it's not going to end up looking like that at the end. And here's the brim of the hat. I was just trying to see where to position it. Pretty much just push it all the way up against the box part, and just make sure it's centered. Sometimes it kind of cuts differently, where sometimes it's like tightly and sometimes it's a little more loose with a gap. So, you know, just center it, eyeball it, and see where's the best place to put it. And again, glue, glue, glue. So you see me putting the cardstock down again, just to kind of let it sit and the glue in place just as a weight. It's not necessary. I didn't do that with any of my other ones, but just showing you. And this is the printable vinyl I used. I got that off of Amazon. I'll link that below. And you can see I printed it off with my inkjet computer. I put it on my Cricut mat and I let it cut. This one in particular was all messed up because it printed weird. So I actually did have to reprint it again. But this is the footage I got. I didn't get footage of the reprint. By then I was like tired of doing it, but yeah, this is showing it cut out. This is the new reprint. I might have printed it a third time actually, honestly, but yeah, this is all cut out. Oh no, I did print it twice. And then this is the sticker. So pretty much I'm taking these stickers off and I am putting them on whatever, and I just found them on Google and just printed them off with a Cricut. And I decided not to do the Steelers on the back because I had cut them too much. I should have cut it like paper, and I cut it like vinyl, I think, and so it cut all the way through, so it made it more challenging to get off. And then I ended up reprinting those hat stickers smaller, which is why you saw me kind of like take it back off. And I did a new top at the top on yellow instead of black, and just customizing. And then these are the 3 that I made all within a few days for Father's Day. So everybody got their hat they wanted. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you later. And I will see you guys next time on my next video. Also, make sure to check out my video on the easier way to do these hats. That way it will save you just a little bit of time and energy. Thanks. Bye.